Go. Right, so hey guys, this is the second part of Life by the Drop, the Stevie Ray Vaughan song that I consider the bit of the gateway song into Stevie Ray Vaughan tunes. It's got a really nice intro that we'll be working on today, and we'll be adding in the final chorus as well with a riff in there too. So get ready. We'll review what we have, and I've got up a new sheet that I've done up that's available on my website, tinasmusic.ca. I'll put it in my website on the chat for the YouTube there. If you have questions, just put them in the chat, and away we go. Coffee first. Haha. I feel a bit, wrong wearing a Pink Floyd t-shirt while I'm teaching you guys a Stevie Ray Vaughan tune, but that's okay. All right. Now, I'm going to move the camera down, actually. I should have done that first. Oh, well. Tuesday morning. I've got my puppy dog in here with me. He's doesn't want to leave my side. We went out of town yesterday, and it was super fun. We went to Kelowna, and I wound up doing axe throwing. I had a place called Axe Monkeys. It was super awesome. All right, so Stevie Ray Vaughan. I didn't tell you guys much about Stevie Ray Vaughan, I don't think at all, last week when I introduced this song. But he was born in 1954, died in 1990, and I could be wrong, but I thought it was a plane crash. He died in helicopter crash, it looks like. I heard him play when I was a kid, and there's something about that sound, I saw videos of him playing with his brother. I believe they call themselves Double Trouble. It was really neat. I would encourage you to look up Stevie Ray Vaughan songs, after you get the hang of this one, and just take your time, explore the music, and just enjoy, right? Just enjoy. He's written so many great tunes. Oh, there's a picture of Double Trouble. Yeah, him and what looks like, maybe it started off, maybe I'm wrong. Double Trouble might have been, looks like that was different. I know he did stuff with his brother too, though. So what I am going to say, when you're watching this live stream, check out Stevie Ray Vaughan tunes and put in a chat what songs of his you like. That would be cool. I know I got a lot I like, but let's find out what you like. All right. So just to review the shuffle pattern that we did last week. Okay, I'll just walk through them all. So let's start with the E, just because it's closest. Okay, so the E pattern is going to use your 6th string open, 2nd fret on your 5th string, up to the 4th fret and that 6th string open. And I'm swinging it. I'm not going like that. I'm swinging it. You could totally play this song with a pick. I love to play with my hands, so that's what I'm doing. Okay, that's your A pattern, your E pattern. So it's 2, 4, 4, 2, 2, 4, 4. E pattern, everything moves up 1 string. So there's your 5th string open A, 2nd fret on your 4th string. Okay. 2, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2, 4, 4. Same thing. Your D pattern moves up again. Okay. So now we've got a 4th string open, 2nd fret on our 3rd string. We're going to go 2, 2, 4, 4. Just like that. Now remember, there is a part in that song where you split the bar between a D and an E. So you're going to go 2, 2, 4, 4 on your D, reaching for your E. Okay. For the most part, though, you start on your A, go to E, your E. So what I did there, watch this. See how as I'm playing that 4, I've released my index finger and I'm reaching for the next chord shape I need to make. So I lead a lot of that with my index finger. There is the F sharp minor chord that happens in there. So I'll do a little talk about bar chords in this video. When I talked about it last week, I think I primarily talked about just making it like a 3-finger power chord to start. Index finger is going to be on your 2nd fret. Fingers 3 and 4 will be on the 4th fret of strings 5 and 4. Did you see how I laid those two guys together? And then reach back. Squeaky wheel gets the grease, okay? So the weaker fingers that need more help, lay them first. Stretch back with this guy who's more flexible. And the rhythm for the F sharp minor part is boom, boom, cha, boom, boom, cha. Okay. Boom, boom. And if you're comfortable getting those guys, and you'll see it, like, look at how my middle finger flexes. I'm trying to help land that up there. Okay, let's talk about bar chords. When I'm making that F sharp minor bar chord, what I'm doing is I'm laying my index finger across the 2nd fret, okay, all the way, all the strings. I've got my index finger anchored here. I'll turn it a few different ways so you can see. Index finger anchored on the 6th string, really close to that fret, okay, super close. We're human. Our hands are not going to be all perfect, right? I did that so that you could see when I land, my finger's ankled. My finger is angled away. Okay, so what I do is I tuck in my elbow, roll my finger towards the fret, and that for me helps me to also apply some pressure as I do that. Checklist. Let's see if I'll squeeze really hard. Yeah. See my finger creases? So don't focus on them. There you go. Look at that. They're not on top. Strings. Whoops. Strings are not on top of those finger creases. Okay, you guys, you want to avoid that. Because why push harder, right? Some people say, you just got to push really hard. No, push efficiently, right? Press efficiently. Make sure that your finger crease is not on top of the string. Make sure that your elbow is tucked in, and you may hold that a little bit snugger to help create a bit of a counterweight. Otherwise, you might be going like that, and your guitar will go flying like that. Okay, so hold on there. Tuck in. See how I rolled in again? I'm trying to keep my other fingers out of the way, but there we go. Oh, yeah, look at that angle. Okay. Elbow goes in. Finger fat rolls in, right on top of that fret. Okay. Sometimes you do that to help push it down. Eventually you'll find that as you refine your technique for your hands, and you get comfortable with not putting the string on top, or putting the finger crease on top of the string, get to know where you need to be, you won't feel the need to do that as much. Okay? So I do all that. And then because I'm not making a power chord, I can't do the whole thing of placing these fingers first. I still have to lay that bar down first. But you'll see this sort of thing happen with me. I do that, and then I lay in that bar, and see how I kind of squeeze my fingers up to the fret. You'll see that too. What I also do with this, I was taught this by one of my classical guitar teachers. It's called a floating bar. So hang on to that thought, because the whole idea that they presented to me was that you don't need to push down super hard where there's other fingers, right? Because these fingers are taking care of those strings. So do I need to go like the whole time on all the strings? No, you can give yourself a bit of a break. So really, what am I pressing down here? I've got my index finger on my 6th string. Well, that string is pretty easy to push down. It's a nice big fat wound string, not a problem. I mostly just need to apply pressure on this side. Hear that? That's the whole idea of that floating bar, where I just applied the pressure where I needed it. It was a weird concept to get, but it really comes into play. Let's say if you're making, I don't know, major bar chord up here. Okay, now there's my bar shape. I totally subscribe to the floating bar idea. Look at that, those fingers are there. I don't need to make like a perfect bar, pushing everything down here. Like, why? I don't need it. Unless there's other things coming along. There's always exceptions to these rules. So remember guidelines, right? They're guidelines. They're not all written in stone here. The whole idea with this is a major bar chord shape. The whole idea is that you've got these fingers here. Okay. So you don't need to worry about barring everything here because they've taken care of those strings. So with the bar here, you only need to push down there with your index finger and that part of your ring finger, or your that part of your index finger. Kind of handy idea, hey? Handy, no pun intended. All right, so that's my big talk about the F sharp minor bar chord. Takeaway from that, really, is apply pressure efficiently. Be mindful of where your finger creases are compared to the strings. Think about the physical position that will assist you, getting that elbow tucked in. Okay. Think about rolling your finger into position right next to that fret and applying pressure as you go to help lock that finger in. The next level up would be thinking about a floating bar, only applying pressure where needed. That typically comes into place where you've got more fingers, right? Where you're really only applying pressure. Where you need it. Okay. It's much more relaxing to play like that than to push down everything. That is hard to get at first. So when you start looking at different bar chord shapes, you know what? I'll give you an example of a chord chart where, let's put my guitar down there, grab my board. Physical example of where you'd see them. Wipe off my notes there. So this is, I know this is going away from Life by the Drop, but it's good to have this. Okay, so here is, this is going to be a minor bar chord shape. That line indicates barring. Okay, that's your index finger going across there. If you're like, whoa, I haven't played this chord shape before, I want to try out. Middle finger there, third finger, fourth finger. So that makes a minor bar chord shape. The root of it can be found right there. Okay. Also here. But in terms of finding the root note, often it's easiest to find it based on the names of the notes on your fifth string. Okay. So the whole idea here with this is that because these fingers here cover those strings, you only really need to apply pressure with this shape by applying pressure in the fifth string and the first string with your index finger. So you don't always need, when you see a bar chord, you don't always need to apply pressure all the way along. So handy. Okay, so I'm just going to write it right down here so it's recorded in the live stream here. Finger creases, things to think about, okay? So your finger creases, not on top of strings. That was a game changer for me, you guys. When I started making my bar chords more efficiently, my hand wasn't as tired. Oh, it was so nice. So finger creases not on top of strings. Slide index finger. All right, so slide index finger parallel to fret. Let's put next. I'm running out of space here. Next to fret. Okay. I anchor with my index finger. Pivot with the rest of that finger to do that, okay? Gotta think. Oh, use elbow. Tuck elbow in. And maybe not everybody needs to do that. Tuck the elbow in to help guide that barring shape to make it a little easier. It works for me. So this is just based on my experience, right? I'll say tuck elbow in to guide the hand. Okay, so do that. Those three things were the biggest deal for me. If you bar efficiently like that, then you'll find that, let's say you've had a horrible kitchen accident and maybe you've cut your thumb pad really badly, but you feel kind of stupid about it. So you keep your 4-hour gig the next night because you're kind of ticked off. And then you wind up having to do a bunch of bar chords, but you can't use your thumb. All those tips totally help you out, let me tell you. Totally help you out. It was a lifesaver for me. Hand saver, I guess, hand saver. Did you hear that sigh? That's my little sleepy dog back there. Here's hoping it doesn't bark. All right, so that's that was a big fat review on the shuffle pattern and then just going off into bar chords. So hopefully you can take some notes from that bar chord talk, use it in other songs because it sure can make a difference, eh? All right, if you have questions about that, just put them in the chat. I'll keep an eye out for that. Now let's go through this Life by the Drop. I'm going to play the verse. We're going to have a bar of that A shuffle pattern, bar of E, and F sharp minor, boom, boom, cha, boom, boom, cha. Could be just with the power chords. But if you feel comfortable and you want to try that, you'll see that I only squeeze my finger down. I'm trying to overdo it there. So you see that I just apply the pressure when I need it on that side, but I can make the full bar chord and hold it, okay? So A, here we go. 2, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2, 4, 4. To E. You can see that ring finger there. Sets me up for my F sharp minor. D, big hop. Starts again. Okay, down to E. To D. And that cycles around, that covers that verse. So again, it's A, E, F sharp minor, up to D. So that's the verse. The chorus, you split that, the D and the E, just do a partial. So that's where you go D. Oh, sorry, I forgot to hop. D to E. The bar before that, you've got F sharp minor, boom, boom, cha, boom, boom, cha. To D, split it. F sharp minor. D to E. So that D to E, watch that hand and see how far you need to go to get over to that E. Let's do the D again. So D to E. So I'll start again with that F sharp minor, and then what I'm going to do at the end, like I'll play F sharp minor, D, E twice. Then I'm going to do a strum for 2 beats on F sharp minor, 2 on D7, 2 on E. Okay, so now we've got this. D to E, to E, repeat. Here we go. Now we'll strum that F sharp minor or F sharp power chord, whatever works for you, right? Hold it for 2 beats. 1, 2, D7. 2 beats. 2 to E. 2 beats. Okay, and then A. And then it kicks you back into the verse. Now, building on last lesson, the things that we are going to be adding in today is the intro. It's so much fun, and the last verse. So let's do the last chorus. Let's do the last chorus first. So what we're going to do is we're going to play F sharp minor, and we'll just hold it for 4 counts. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's a neat little riff coming. Now I'm going to share the screen in a bit. I'm just going to walk through everything so you can watch my hands. Okay, let's try this. All on the 4th string. 0, 2, 4, 2. 0, 2, 4, 2. Just like that, the 2, 2, 4, 4 thing from the A pattern. We're just playing around with it. 0, 2, 4, 2. Little vibrato, little wiggle there. Okay. 2, 4, 2, 4. See how I went down to that 5th string there. So now we've got this. 0, 2, 4, 2, 2. Let's do the last one as a triplet. 4, 2, 4. Okay, triplet. Triplet is 3 notes on 1 beat. I leveled it up there. What I did, once you get the hang of the 4, 2, 4, okay, then you can do a pull off. Remember my thing about pull offs, making them strong? Don't just passively lift off your finger. You want to make a circular shape with that finger. Like that, okay? So now what we've got, 0, 2, 4, 2, 2, 4, 2, 4. If you feel fancy, add in that vibrato. If you feel confident, then what I want you to do, throw in that pull off in there. It's pretty fun. Incidentally, if you use your ring finger there, it sets you up for coming back into that F sharp minor, so it's really handy. Eventually what you can do is when you do that 0, 2, 4, 2, you feel a little bit more confident with doing that riff, doing the vibrato, doing the pull off. Then do a little strum on that O and hit your 4th and 3rd string together. Okay. Just a little. It's pretty nice sounding, you know, just to add that extra little bit in there. So he plays that twice. The last chorus, because something's got to change, right? So you do this. Let's just strum and hold it for 4, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Oh, I screwed it up. 2, 3, oh. Okay, let me do that chorus again because I lost track there. What I was doing. Sip of coffee needed. Sip of coffee. All right, I'll just play it proper here, okay? F sharp minor. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 4, 2, 2, 4, 2, 4. Back to F sharp minor. 2, 3 and 4 and 1. And then we do the strum and hold for 2 counts. F sharp minor, 2, D7, 2, and E, 2, the A shuffle, again, 2, D7, 2, E, 2, shuffle. See how I changed the finger I use there because I know I'm coming up to an F sharp minor? That's to help me prepare, to anticipate what's coming up. Coming in for the ending. And an A chord. We might do it just as the 0 and 2 of the shuffle. 0, 2, 2. We might do a full on E chord. Probably the lower. Stay with the lower ones there. When you're doing that shuffle pattern, take a look at what's coming up next as you get comfortable with things so that you can adjust your fingering to make it easier to move from one chord shape to another. You could also just play with your baby finger the whole time if you want. Okay, so what I want to do now is put it up on the screen. I'm not going to show the intro riff yet. What I want to do is just get the other parts going, and we'll talk about this little note I put on here. So hopefully you guys did your homework and listened to the song, because you will hear a little change in there. All right. So here's the song so far, the way it's written out. You can find it on my website. I just wrote it on a piece of notepaper. I just wanted to keep it simple, right? So the verse, you've got that A pattern. I'll make it bigger here. You've got the A pattern where you do the shuffle, then the E for one bar, F sharp minor, and D. Now, if you look to the right over where my mouse little clicker thing is, I've got the A pattern just written out, 2 2 4 4 2 2 4 4, and then the E, and then the D, because the D is coming along after the F sharp minor. I did not tab out the F sharp minor. I did it up as a bar chord. Okay. Now take a look at that F sharp minor, and you can see that on the second fret I've got dots on the 6th string and 3, 2, and 1, those strings as well, rather than doing a line across, because you can see it both ways, right? Like where you've got a dot with a little arc going to the dot on the 1st string. That's another way you could see it, or you may see it this way. So it's important to be, comfortable viewing it either way. Okay. And then the dots on the 4th fret of those 2 strings down there, that's where I use my ring finger and my baby finger. So the verse, you repeat that line. Now the chorus, F sharp minor, and then you can see where it's got the D and E written within one bar or measure of music. That's where we split it. And that D there goes 2 2 4 4, then right down to the E, reaching for that E, 2 2 4 4, and then your chorus, and back to that split bar, right, where it's D and E. Strum and hold 2 beats. Got your F sharp minor, D7 to E, A, and there's something we're going to be adding into the second bar of A, sorry, the first bar of A at the end of the chorus there, and that'll start to build things. So what we're going to do is verse, chorus 2 times, and then we'll do the verse again, and then we'll move into the last chorus. And that's where you can hit that F sharp minor, and you can hold it for 4 counts. And then the D riff. There's strings 3 and 4 together open, 2 4 2, the little line next to the 2. That's because it's syncopated. I've written in the timing down below. So if you see where my mouse is, that first part indicates 1 and 2, and that little loop is tied to beat 3. So 3 and see where it's got the 4 2 4, and it looks like I tied 3/8 notes together there, beamed them together. That's a triplet there. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 triplet. Bum ba ba da 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 da. You play that twice, and then we get down to the standard ending of the chorus here, right? F sharp minor for 2 beats, D7 for 2, E for 2. That A that we will probably play around with again. Okay, and another A, just a shuffle pattern, right? Play that twice, and then the ending, holding everything for 2 beats, F sharp minor, D7, E, and A. Now, I wrote a note in here, right? Listen for changes in the D pattern, as you will hear an open D7 too. I was listening to it this morning to review it, and I think it comes in just in the 3rd verse, where you'll hear him do a little downwards pick on that D, playing the open D7 instead of the D shuffle. But we'll be adding that sort of stuff in as we go. We don't need to do everything all at once. Okay, so let's do the verse, and we'll go through and just play it as written. Okay, so verse and then to the chorus. Here we go. 1 and 2, 3, 4, and verse with your A to E. sharp, reach into D, back to A, to E, F sharp minor, to D. Okay, now we're on the chorus. F sharp minor, cha, split bar between D and E. F sharp minor, D to E. Okay, F sharp minor, strum it. 2, make your D7. I've slowed it right down there so we have a chance to make those open chords. Okay. So let's strum and hold 2 beats. Let's do that part again. F sharp minor. 1, 2, big jump to D7, to E, A. Just back to shuffle. And again. Stand up for the verse. To E. F sharp minor. D. Back to A. To E. F sharp minor. D. Chorus. To D. To E. That split bar is quick, hey? Back to D and E. Strum and hold 2 beats. This time with that F sharp minor, I'm just going to do the F sharp power chord. Ready, go. 1, 2, D7, 2 to E. Shuffle on the A. Back to verse. To E. F sharp minor. To D. Big slides back to A. To E. F sharp minor. To D. That takes us now down to the last chorus, okay? So now let's do that. F sharp minor, we'll just hold it for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, the riff. F sharp minor. 2, 3, 4, the riff. I purposefully didn't play that 3rd string open just to show you that you could play it all just primarily as a 4th string riff, and that would be okay. Okay. So I'm going to show you a couple different options there because I know it can be hard to go from having your hand locked into a bar chord to going to that riff. So let's try it just as a power chord. We'll do the F sharp minor just as a 3-string power chord. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, the riff. That can be a little bit easier sometimes because you don't feel like you have to move so much. And in fact, I'm going to stop sharing for a minute so you can see this. Okay. Watch my hand and how I move to get to that riff. Just here I am as a power chord. Okay. Oops. I was thinking too much about everything I wanted to say. What I'm doing is I'm just moving my index finger down to the 4th string, and I'm lifting up the other fingers, but I've got them hovering and ready. Okay, I go from here. I just used the finger that was already there. Okay, I'll play it. I'll just relax and not say anything so you can just watch my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's what I'm doing there. Because I'm coming back into that F sharp minor, I should probably use my ring finger there. Yeah, that would be better. Okay. But you can do it like that. You don't need to worry about playing the full on unless you feel like it. Okay, unless you feel confident with it, comfortable with it, whatever. Okay, I'll bring up the screen again. And have another sip of coffee. I've been talking so much. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's good. All right. Well, a little cold by now, but that's still okay. All right. So we've kind of analyzed this first line here, kind of at depth, with the F sharp minor and the D riff. Let's do the bottom line there of that last chorus. So F sharp minor, hold it, D7 and hold. So it's just like the end of the regular chorus. Here we go F sharp minor, 1, 2 to D7, 2 to E. Now that D7 to E, index finger on the D7, if you move it up to the third string as you're moving to that E, like think about the changes that you can make. I'm going to stop sharing again, actually, and just show you this. D7, index finger moves up 1 string, middle finger moves up 2 strings to get to that E. Any common or closely related fingerings that you can find between chords can really help you with these chord changes. F sharp minor to D7 is tricky, right? Because you're from here. But what I think about when I do that is I tend to lead with my ring finger when I do that. As I start to drag myself into that triangular shape to make that D7, I think about how far I need to contract to get there. And I tend to lead with that one. I tend to think about that one. All right, okay, back into that final line. Here we go. There we go. Okay, bottom line, let's just do this. We'll take it slow though. I had too much coffee. I keep wanting to play everything faster. All right, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. F sharp minor. 1, 2, D7. Right on to E. Shuffle on the A. 2, 3, and 4. And one more bar that. Ready? F sharp minor. 2, D7. E. Okay, shuffle on the A for 2 times. Last time. F sharp minor. 2, D7. E. And off with the A. Or guitar A is like ukulele D. So if you're coming to this from a ukulele point of view, then think about that. Okay. Now I'm going to stop sharing, but what I want you to think about is those 2 A's, the 2 A shuffle pattern, guys, are at the end of the very last chorus, and right here at the end of the regular chorus. This is where we're going to be tucking this in. All right, so what you can do, I gotta think about which pattern I want to do. Yeah, that's it. All right, so try this. So we've done 2, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2. Do a pull off from 3 to O on your 5th string. 2, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2, 3. 2 on your 3rd string. It's going to become a triplet. This is something that Stevie Ray Vaughan would throw in on those little shuffles, right? Just a quick little, to add a little bit of variation in there. Okay, so now you've got this 3. Okay, so 3 to O on your 5th string, to 2 on your 3rd string. The 2 he's hitting because that note there is an A and you're in the A pattern. So to get quickly to that A, you'll see me drop my finger down into a little just a 2-string bar. And You don't need much. You've already got your finger sitting there on that second fret of the fourth string. All you need to do is not worry about making a big arch shape. Just look kind of lazy when you play it. That helps. 2, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2, 3, 2. See how I just flatten my finger down for that 2 on the third string just when I need it. Okay. 2, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2, 3, 0. On that third string there. So he throws that in at the 2 A's that happen at the end of the chorus. He throws that in on the first one. So you go like this. 2, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2. Okay. So if you're not sure what to gain the whole thing there, you can do that too. Okay, so all I did there was I subbed out the 4, 4, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2. Instead of hitting that 4, 4, I just did a 3, 0 on my fifth string. Okay. When you feel confident with that, then work on the mechanics of flattening down your finger just a little bit. Please note the finger crease is not on top of that third string. So handy. When you feel confident with that, try turning that into a triplet. Ba-da-da. Apple, 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 strawberry, apple, 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 strawberry. I love food words for rhythm. Oh my gosh, it's so handy. You can use anything you want to help you feel that rhythm between the two. I just like apple and strawberry. So any 3-syllable word will do to help you with the triplets. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to sit and play through the verse and the chorus. You can watch my hands, and I'll just do that, and you'll hear how I like to play it. Here we go on the verse. 3. Starts again on the verse and the chorus. There's some little finicky things I was doing in there to help make it sound more shorter, right? Did you hear the? It's mostly to make sure the A didn't ring out a lot. So I go 2, and look at that, I put my thumb right back down. I'm making sure that the notes are a bit short there by just stopping that A from ringing by bringing my thumb right back. Or you don't even have to worry about it if you don't want to, though. It's interesting how you can have such a different feel just by stopping those notes. All right, so I'm just gonna touch on the intro of the song. And let's check. Oh, we're good. All right. I'm going to play it slowly so you can watch my hands move around. Oh, what's this? There we go. Sorry, I just had to stop. My phone was ringing. I'll call them back in 10 minutes. All right. Life by the Drop, the intro. I'm just going to walk you right through it. You'll notice the last thing that we do is a 302, which is the thing that comes back in those little A patterns. Okay, so here we go, nice and slow. I won't play it with any hammer-ons or pull-offs or anything. I'll just go through it, okay? Yeah. It's all triplets, okay? Take it slow and you'll get the hang of it. But let's talk about the positioning of the fingers. And I'll just share that screen. Now this, I left this part for last because I don't want you to worry about this part right away. Okay? I just don't want you to be all like, oh my gosh, big stress fest. No, play the core of the song, okay? Play the main part of the song. I want you to get that shuffle pattern going and that little fill of that triplet happening. But when you take a look at that intro, how I like to play it is in first position. So what that means is my index finger will be on the first fret, middle finger on the second fret, third finger on the third fret. Therefore, that first 3 that you see there, I'm using my ring finger there. That's so I don't have to reach back and forth or anything. I've just got the frets right under my fingers. Let's go through it nice and slow. I'm going to play, I'll go through the full 2 bars of the intro, but it's just going to be nice and slow. If you're not sure about reading the tablature for this, because now it's kind of a handful, all these notes, the bottom line there, I know it's a bit hard to read because it's on line paper, but yeah, I will be all right with it. The bottom line there, right underneath the 03, really close to where I've got my little triplet rhythm written in, that's the fattest string of the guitar, the 6th string, okay? Here we go. So I'll start playing, and I'll call out the fret numbers as I go, but it's going to be really slow, okay? Here we go. Oh, 3, oh, now 1, 2 on that 4th string, open on the 3rd string, oh, 1 on the 4th string, 3 on that 5th string, oh, 3, middle finger 2 on that 3rd string, oh, 2, 1 on that 4th string, oh, 1, 3, 4th string open, and that 302. I know that we're going to use a different fingering for this when we're playing our A pattern. But you may want to just stay with that fingering that I just suggested, the 3, 3rd fret with the 3rd finger, 2nd fret with that 2nd finger. Okay. Let's do it one more time. Okay, and I'll call out all the fret numbers as I go. Just take it nice and slow. Okay. And if you only get the first bar of this happening, that's a huge win because it just, that part by itself sounds so cool. Okay. Nice and slow. Here we go. Oh, 3, oh, 1, 2, oh, 1, 3, oh, 3, 2. Next bar, that 3rd string open. 2, 1, oh, 1, 3, oh, 3, oh. Last one, 3, oh, 2, and then from there, 302. I'm going to stop playing that right there. What I want you to do, your goal for this is to get comfortable with that verse, which you already are from last week. You guys were rocking that. Feel the strum and hold for 2 beats at the end of that chorus. and that, the two A's there, that first A, throw in that 302 that I talked about. Okay, 3 pull off to 2. Now I did not indicate it in the intro as a 3 pull off to 2. I did that purposefully so that people don't worry about hammer-ons and pull-offs or anything. Just find the notes. Okay. But in the shuffle pattern, if you can do the 3 pull off to open and then play the 2 on the 3rd string, sounds pretty nice like that. That last chorus, the way it changes there, that's the other thing to get this time. Okay, is feeling that F sharp minor, that first one there, hold it, just let it ring out for 4 counts, and then hit that riff. Now I'm going to play that last chorus because that's more like what I've zeroed in on this time, hey? Okay, so here we go, that last chorus again. I hit my F sharp minor or my F sharp power chord, whatever works for you guys, okay? 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah. You heard me. I threw in an extra hammer on there, okay? E. Okay, I'm on that bottom line now. A. Back to the F sharp minor. B7. E. On the A. 1, 2, and oh my gosh, here we go. My mind went. There we go. Last chords, F sharp minor, D7, E, and A. So just so it's recorded in here, that A, I did 2, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2, and then 302. I did that triplet. Okay. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing. And the other thing, bonus talk about efficient bar chord position, okay, with your guitar. The principles apply the same for ukulele as they do for guitar. Big thing is watching your hand. I mean, my hands are my hands, so the techniques that I discussed will apply for you as well. But you know, your fingers might be longer than mine. They might be shorter than mine. So you may not copy exactly the way my hand was positioned on my classical guitar. That's the other thing too, right? You know, you might have a narrower neck, a wider neck. Depends. This is a pretty wide neck classical guitar. It's a pretty big one. So your hand might look very, very different, right? Like your finger may come further over. I like the control of having that fingertip there. Boy, it sure feels just right for me. But when you're learning about doing those bar chords, something that you may want to do, which I did, was I laid my finger down, then looked down to see exactly where those finger creases were. Look to see if I needed to make any changes so that I could see where I needed to go. Because I was tired of having bar chords be a problem for me. I just had had enough. And I really started analyzing my playing. And then years later, I saw this article by this lady that played classical guitar, and she talked about the same things. And I just think it's something that everybody should have guidance with, you know. Helps a lot, right? And looking right down like that, I'd forgotten that I'd done that before. It's really kind of handy to look and just see where that finger crease sits, you know, compared to the strings. Because as long as it's just not right on top, I say that because I have a string that tends to rest just on this side of the finger crease. Look at how calloused my fingers are. I play a lot of guitar, a lot of ukulele. All right, so I think I'm going to call it quits here, you guys. I've got all sorts of action this morning, so it's pretty exciting. But before all my action gets going, I'm going to go and have some more coffee. I think that will be good. So thank you so much for joining me. If you want to get yourself a copy of this very sheet right here, Will it zero in on it? Oh, there we go. Then just find it on my website, tinasmusic.ca, under Tuesday Guitar. It should be at the top of the list, and enjoy it, right? And yeah, let me know what Stevie Ray Vaughan songs are your favorites. I can think of a few. Anyway, take care and have a great